women united
will never be defeated.
The women united
Will never be defeated.
The workers united
Will never be defeated.
The queers united
Will never be defeated.
The socialists united.
Will never be defeated.
Bravo, bravo, bravo.
I'm Kamla Bashin. For the last 35 years working at the South Asian level with women's groups all over South Asia and with other organizations working for justice, human rights, peace and democracy. My main work has been as a what they call in a jargon trainer, but basically a facilitator of collective learning processes and a networker between South Asians. So the main work is in South Asia, but we also give a lot of importance to international networking and solidarity, for example, with institutions like the Kvinna Folkhögskola and similar other organizations in different parts of the world.
कानों से सुनते आँखों से सुनते हैं हम दिल से कानों से सुनते आँखों से सुनते हैं हम दिल से जिनको भी मिलते प्यार से मिलते जीते हैं हम मिलके जिनको भी मिलते प्यार से मिलते जीते हैं हम मिलके
चलते जाएंगे बढ़ते जाएंगे
Part of the world, we belong to an oral culture still because 50% of the people can still not read and write. So music is a very, very important tool also, if you like. And people also love to sing. So from the beginning, for the last 30 years, I have used songs as yet another medium of sharing, of communication, of giving messages, of enjoying. So every time we have an issue, somehow I have been able to create a song about it. So if we are talking about violence against women, many, many, many songs about that. I've also created many songs about neoliberalism, about, this globalization, etc. So for example, if there are 10 points we want to make about globalization, the theory, etc., it is so much easier and so much more fun to do it through a song. And once you sing that with the people, they remember the entire song. So all the points are remembered. The other medium we have used are posters, where again, with very few words, with very little literacy skills, you can communicate to people. I'm not an artist, I don't draw, but beautiful partnership with another feminist friend of mine, Bindia. So many of the posters which you see around, I think of the idea, I give the slogan, and Bindia then designs it. So it's a collective thing. For me, really the biggest challenge is to challenge this neoliberal paradigm, because I see this behind everything. I see this behind climate change, which is a bad word. I mean, it's climate destruction, it's not climate change. So this neoliberal paradigm, just out for profit, endless profit, is destroying nature. It is the cause of most conflicts, most wars, from the beginning, and still continues. I think it is also behind religious fundamentalism. I think if Muslims are reacting and fundamentalism amongst Muslims is increasing, it is as a result of this hegemonic Western domination of their cultures, of their religions, of their countries, whether it is Iraq, whether it is Afghanistan, whether it is Pakistan. So, it is leading to all that. And I think this paradigm is also the main cause of poverty, main cause of inequalities, and it is taking away the livelihoods of women in the informal sector, so pauperization of women, impoverishment of women, impoverishment of people, of farmers. So I really think that this paradigm of development needs to be stopped, and for me that is the biggest issue. And of course within that we have to continue all these struggles. We don't have to give them up, we don't have to put them on the back burner, but all of us need to struggle against this, otherwise there will be no need for struggles, because there will be no life. It is all about some people controlling other people. Everywhere. I mean, the women's movement is about power. Caste movement is about power. Class is about power. The tensions between first world, third world is about power. Patriarchy, women's movement, I mean, everything is about power. And everything is about democracy. And everything is about inclusion. So that's why, I mean, for the last 25 years, I'm saying that these different movements are just different faces of the same dream. And the dream is of justice, of equality. And these intersectionality has to be there. I mean, these are not separate things. But yes, you know, I mean, to some extent, some people have to specialize in something, focus on something. So to that extent, it's all right. But they really have to be seen as different faces of the same dream for equality, inclusion, democracy, pluralism, etc. And yeah, I think there is a lot of that, and you also find the same people fighting for all those things because they see them as interconnected. And for me, pluralism is not that we all become the same. No. It is recognizing the differences and learning to live with the differences. So it's not like putting everything and making a soup where you don't recognize the lentils and the vegetables. It is like a beautiful bouquet of flowers. You recognize all the different flowers, and it is by their differences that the bouquet is beautiful. Or like a symphony orchestra. There is the smallest note has its place. So the Hindus have their place, the Christians have their place, the Muslims have their place. The Muslims should not have to give up Islam to belong to a community, to belong to a country. So I think it is this kind of accepting difference, accepting diversity, that life is not possible without diversity, both biodiversity and cultural diversity, and that we speak against monocultures of the mind, monocultures in biodiversity, and monocultures of language, media, etc. In the last century and the century before, we were talking a lot about independence. Countries were creating charters of independence. Feminists were talking of independence. I think we need to focus now a little more on interdependence. I don't think life can be there without interdependence. And of course, interdependence based on justice, interdependence based on equality, not on subordination. So let us try and create these systems, these institutions which produce interdependence, which produce friendship, which produce love. This four-letter word, love, needs to be reintegrated into our politics. We have removed love from our politics, left it to religion. I think the word love needs to come out into whatever we do. Like Che Guevara says, his revolution came from love.
And I think all development, all economics must come from love for people rather than love for profit. So we are having this privatization, personalization at many levels. Privatization of resources and privatization of problems. It is a person's problem if he or she smokes. It is her choice. Whereas I really believe that there is very little element of free choice in today what the young people are doing. I mean, there is so much pressure. But this myth of free choice, I mean, they really do believe. So I think we need to discredit this thinking. We need to believe in and speak about other ways of being. And we need to keep on talking about interdependence, about cooperation, and we need groups like the Kvinna Folkhögskola, institutions like these, because we can't do it at an individual level. I hope young women like yourselves will believe in collective action, will believe in interdependence, will take forward what your foremothers and foresisters have done. I mean, this work has only given me happiness. And if one is really selfish and one wants to just do something for oneself, then the only thing to do is to work for others, because that is the only way to be happy in a true sense. Because no outside things, because they can never give you real satisfaction. There's an Indian poet who said, the most dangerous thing in life is the death of dreams or the death of hope. So it is extremely important to keep hope alive, to keep dreams alive. And I think the only way to do is through networks, through friendships, through doing the work. There's no other way. I have to finish with a slogan. And slogans connect us. They connect our bodies, they connect our voices. And this is in the memory of the South Asian feminist movement. I learned this from my sisters in Pakistan. So, remembering my friends in South Asia and being with you, I'd like you to join me. And the word here, which you have to shout, is Azadi. Azadi. Azadi is freedom. Normally, of course, the slogan is in Hindi, Urdu. But since you people no Hindi, Urdu, you are such idiots. So I have to do it in this language of the colonial masters, the English language. But Azadi, huh? Azadi? Azadi? Can you say Azadi? Azadi. My sisters want Azadi. You have to say Azadi. My sisters want Azadi. Their daughters want Azadi. Our children want Azadi. The peasants want Azadi. The Dalits want Azadi. The workers want Azadi. The queers want Azadi. From war and plunder Azadi. From nuclear blunder Azadi. From exploitation Azadi. From sexploitation Azadi. From monocultures Azadi. From media vultures Azadi. From patriarchy Azadi. From all hierarchy Azadi. Come say it loudly Azadi. We love it madly Azadi.